I got one quick little PSA and then I'm gonna go. And I ain't even gonna make this a 1 minute video so I could try to monetize it. I'm just trying to say this. While the Black American, Black Caribbean, Black Africans are all fighting each other, all this talk about boycotting each other's businesses and not supporting each other. The real enemy, and y'all know who I'm talking about, see every last one of y'all as niggas. No, I'm sorry, niggers. Now clock that while y'all argue with each other.
TikTok is powerful.
On August 1st, right? There's going to be a supposed nationwide boycott against African-owned businesses. And the people that are going to be doing the boycotting are so-called Black Americans.
Right? And I need Black people to understand that we are so powerful that we influence other communities, especially when we airing out our grievances on the internet.
And I'm not Black, okay? I am not Black, but I'm still going to go ahead and say this. This is really, really, really disgusting, and this is also nauseating to me.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, it don't matter. YouTube, it doesn't matter, right? Because everybody else is watching us at all times. So this video, this Asian guy, he's in our business and he thinks he knows what's going on because we are airing each other out online.
Because it just shows you the significant and notable amount of self-hate that so-called Black Americans, or what they call themselves to be FBA or ADOS, it shows the significant amount of self-hate that they have against their African brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa, and how much they are trying to delineate themselves from their African ancestry.
And what he's talking about is the diaspora wars, right? And he's talking about how insane it looks to him. So if it looks insane to him, it looks insane to the Mexicans, to the white people, and to all the other races, right? So we got to be careful. We can have our grievances and beefs because they do too, right? Every ethnicity group, racial group, whatever you want to call it, they all have their grievances.
Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by, supporting your girl on this channel. So, all credit goes to the creators in these videos. And, guys, in today's video, it looks as if, like I always say, we sleep, we wake up, and there's a new thing on the table, right? There's a new block we need to chop. So in today's video, apparently, right, Black people, permit me to call all of them by that name, are fighting each other in 2025, right? Black Americans versus Africans in America, or if I can say African Americans versus Africans in America. Now, there's a difference. And now, there's a boycott planned for the 1st of August. Okay? Because why are some Black Americans calling for a shutdown of African owned businesses, right? Is this empowerment or is this pure division? Let me know what you think in the comment section and let's break this down further. So this tension is not new, okay? There's always been tension, right? But it's like there's something new that is causing this tension and this boycott. So some African Americans, right, some Black Americans, they feel that Africans come to the US, right, they benefit from the systems that the Black Americans are fought for, okay, then they turn around and disrespect them, right? They talk about being called names, being mocked for not speaking an African language, or being looked down as lazy or uneducated. And the Africans are just like, okay, we respect our Black American brothers, right? But we are just here to survive too. Guys, there is more to this gist. Let's see what these people have to say, and I'll
So
see
I'm
you
hearing
soon.
that August 1st, African Americans are going to be boycotting African businesses. And, I hear they don't want to be called African Americans, they want to be called Black Americans. And honestly, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like, what kind of self hate is this? that we have to now. I mean, I know this war has been brewing for a long time between African Americans and Africans who are in America. And it's really ridiculous. And first of all, this is also the real definition of racism, because it's discrimination against the people. So basically, what the white people are doing to you is what you guys are doing to us as Africans. So you want to boycott all African businesses just because somebody had a bad experience. I mean, you guys are not boycotting Lululemon. You guys are not boycotting Target. You guys are not boycotting all those businesses that you go to and they make you feel like you're a criminal. They follow you around because they think you'll steal. You're not boycotting those businesses. No, you're not. But you're going to boycott African businesses just because you had a bad experience. This is ridiculous. I mean, when you talk about the devil at work, this is the devil. This is the devil trying to come in, because at the end of the day, well, you look at me, I am Kenyan American. I am a Kenyan who has since become an American citizen. So I'm Kenyan American, but you can't even tell, you can't differentiate me from an African American or a Black American until I open my mouth and you actually hear that I have an accent. Why are we fighting against each other? Why are we united? Why are you fighting us? I mean, this is ridiculous. If the enemy is at work, the enemy comes in to steal, kill, and destroy. And that is what is happening. Like, really ridiculous. I'm not hearing of, Chinese Americans boycotting Chinese businesses or Italian Americans boycotting Italian businesses. Why is it that African Americans want to boycott African businesses? And also the fact is, you guys are not even, I mean, why don't you go ahead and start today? Because African businesses are mostly supported by us Africans. And that's the truth. You guys, you guys eat elsewhere, shop elsewhere, do business elsewhere. I mean, go ahead and do that. I don't think it's really going to affect African businesses. But the fact that this is happening in 2025, this is sad, very sad. The self-hate.
So some African American influencers are calling for an August 1st boycott, right, of African-owned businesses. They are saying that it's about demanding respect. They are saying that it's creating economic separation. Like, what does that even mean? And they are saying that Black Americans can build businesses for themselves. And guys, I think this is just the worst thing that can happen in a time like this when Black unity is needed the most. Okay, so there's a real debate on both sides. There's a truth and pain on both sides, right? Because some Africans grew up with colonial trauma, and some African Americans that call themselves Black Americans grew up with generational trauma from slavery, from segregation. But this is the twist. They are fighting each other, and the real oppressors, in quotes, are sitting back watching, and they are saying this is exactly what we want. Because let's be factual, when blacks come together and put their mind and set their minds to achieve something, trust me, it works and it runs deep. Because the truth is just that we cannot keep fighting white supremacy and be fighting each other at the same time. Like, it doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. This isn't Africa versus African Americans. I feel it's just ignorance versus education, maybe trauma versus healing. Because before you come and cancel somebody's business, you need to ask them, what have you been through? Because you have no idea what that individual has been through to build that business from scratch. So instead of saying you want to break down the business, why not say, okay, how can we build this business? And the question still remains that the 1st of August will come and go. And you'll be asking yourself that, okay, are we real about this divide? Like, or should we just do the work to fix it? So guys, what do you think? Should this boycott still happen? Or should we be building Black unity across continents? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Keep watching.
So all this boycott African business stuff going on in the States, Jesus, man, the programming has got you lot deep. What happened? What the fuck happened to the understanding that it doesn't matter what any of us do to each other? It doesn't matter. Like, when are you lot gonna get into your fucking heads? It doesn't matter what we do to each other. Neither of our situations change. So if you do, only only a fool would think that something substantial comes out of this boycott. But anyway, I know it's not the majority of people, but I think it's just important to highlight the severe brain damage one must have to arrive at this conclusion thinking it will better your circumstances. Wake up. It's not the fight.
I'm not boycotting African braiding shops. I am not boycotting a place that I could walk into, get my hair did the same day. Why would I ever protest against convenience? Okay, that makes absolutely no sense. And who came up with this protest and what made her the spokesperson for everybody? My thing is, if you had a bad experience, you take that out on whoever you had an experience with. You just don't get mad at an entire continent and say we got to boycott our African businesses, because who is we? Okay, don't be speaking to me, because I am not turning my back on no good old African braiding shop. Okay, it's just not happening. I was with y'all when y'all was saying boycott Target. Listen, I stood 10 toes down on that one. Okay, but you're losing me talking about some boycott African business. Listen, Africans ain't never did nothing to me, okay? And this is how I knew y'all really wasn't serious, because y'all talking about something. It started on August the 1st. Listen, honey, why it gotta be August the 1st and not today? If you really that mad at somebody, why not start today? Like, it's given that you got an upcoming appointment and it's just a conflict of schedule.
Yep, I'm sure other nationalities or other races are looking at us and they're like, yeah, let them turn on each other. Because the key points of the conflict are, like, they're saying that cultural misunderstanding, that Africans are sometimes accused of looking down on Black Americans, or they don't understand the trauma of slavery, right, and systemic racism, especially in the United States. They are saying that there's name calling, there's stereotypes, because Africans get labeled with tribal or poverty stereotypes. And some African Americans feel mocked for not, in quotes, having culture, right? And there's another debate about who is more Black. There's debate over identity, who owns the Black struggle in America, because some Black Americans actually feel Africans benefit from the civil rights fight they led, without giving them credit or solidarity. And some are saying that it's jealousy, right? Because Africans are seen as more successful in education or careers, right? And leading to resentment. And some say there's claim of special treatment. Like, ow, ow, ow. Because looking at it, white people see us as the same. If you put an African man and a Black American together and you tell a white man, okay, differentiate between these two, he will tell you they are the same and probably call you the N-word, right? Because, guys, I really do not understand it. Like, if you understand it, make it make sense to me in the comment section. Because some Black Americans are seen, they are feeling like they are taken for granted, they are being disrespected by other Black people, right? And they are saying that this is a wake-up call to demand recognition and respect. Like, what recognition? What respect? I don't get it. Guys, I need to know what you think about this in the comment section, because I feel that this whole debate reflects deeper issues, right? This issues did not start today, of internalized racism, diaspora trauma, colonialism, slavery trauma, and lack of Pan-African education on both sides. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I really want to hear from you. Thank you for listening. If you have found value in this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.